Welcome everyone to the Ballinesian podcast Sunday NFL recap. Probably hearing this on Monday, but this is episode 71 of the Ballinesian podcast, and we're going to go through every NFL game so far and give you our predictions for Monday Night Football as well. Let's get to it. I am Lance Falitongo.
And I am Mike Fizz, the Wiz, Mike Fiso.
Fiso F-150 back in the house. Welcome back, bro.
It's good to be back.
Nice. Good to have you always. Man, a lot of big blowouts today.
Oh my
and a couple
gosh.
upsets.
It was a great day of football. My fantasy teams finally got right. Not the pod league, unfortunately, but all my other fantasy teams, the ship has righted itself.
Finished the morning window down 90 points.
Yeah.
To Luti, who has Tua, Tyreek, freaking two other guys that went off, had like 30-point games. Jeez Louise. Yeah, the pod league is all over the place.
So, yeah, the Chargers had a great game. Seahawks battled out with the broken Panthers. Frankie Louvu got hurt, though. That was...
Yeah, Frankie Louvu, it's reported to be a hip injury. He was he looked uncomfortable kind of hobbling around on the sideline, like not limping, but he was walking. He's just kind of, I guess that's a little limp. What's the difference between a limp and a hobble?
A hobble is like struggling to move.
Ooh,
I feel like, but like a limp is like, 50 Cent. I've been hit with a few shells, but now I walk with a limp.
Now you hot. I feel like a limp is like your foot or something is like hella messed up. You can't put any weight on it. You're like super dipping, and hobbling is more like a painful shuffle.
Like you're dragging shit.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, hopefully Frankie gets right. It was just a little stinger. It was concerning that he wasn't able to go back into the game, so it makes us think that maybe it's something a little more serious, but hopefully it was just precautionary and they just didn't want to take the chance of him getting hurt even more. But yeah, hopefully, I know it's $1 billion company. They're going to make sure that he gets right. So yeah, but prayers up for Frankie. Hopefully we see him in action next week. Let's 70-point game by the Dolphins today versus the Broncos. Oh my goodness! Do you know when the last time a team in the NFL scored 70 points?
I believe it was 1966.
66, almost 57 years ago was the last time a team put up 70 points. And then I think 10 years before that was when a team put up 72 points, which is the record that the Dolphins had a chance to take. But instead of kicking a field goal with a minute or left, up 50 points, Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel decided to take a knee and just kind of give the ball up. And
what do you his quote about that?
No. What do you say?
He said, "We're not out here trying to humiliate teams, even though that's what it looked like today." Man! Honestly, I've been saying since last year, like Tua is that dude. And if he stays healthy, that team is full of weapons. Like, no, yep. I wouldn't have expected A-Chain, the backup running back, to score 4 touchdowns.
He had over 50 fantasy points today.
Raheem Mostert also scored 4 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill had like damn near 200 yards.
His first touch was a 55-yard touchdown?
Yeah. Like, these guys came out to play. Oh, my goodness. And then I don't know what happened on the Broncos side. Like, just they were not getting it done at all. Like, that no-look pass that fucking Tua had. Disgusting.
Nice.
Yeah, it was just an ass whooping. And then fucking Mike White came in, back up, and he threw a tutty. 2 for 2 for 67 yards and 1 touchdown.
To Robbie Chosen, formerly Anderson, who got behind the defense for a 68-yard touchdown, something like that, 66.
Yeah, something wild.
Jeez.
So that, like Mike McDaniel, he has all the weapons and he's utilizing them. And they didn't have Jalen Waddle, bro. Think about that.
Yeah, one of their second best receiver, who's faster than a lot of people in the league, one of the better receivers in the league, wasn't even playing today, and they put up 70. Jeez. I don't know.
I don't know if they'll do that again, but that was ridiculous. Russell Wilson didn't play that hot. 23 for 38, 306 yards, a touchdown and an interception. So they're getting it done on defense as well, which is kind of scary. Like if they can score up to 7, like they could have scored another touchdown. They could have kicked that field goal.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to have some humility, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, if you're, I don't know. Like, how did the other team score 72 points in 1955? Like, they just kept going. It wasn't a close game or anything, but I feel like you're there. You might as well put your name in the history books. But Mike McDaniel's post presser, they asked him about that. They're like, why didn't you just kick the field goal, take the record, which no one has ever scored more than 72 points ever. And before today, only 2 teams had ever done it in the history of the NFL put up 70. So why not take the record while you're here? Because you're like you just said, and like I told people, they're probably never going to put 70 up. It's probably not going to happen again this season, and it might not ever happen again. So why not just get the record there? But he said, it's not. It doesn't affect our long-term season goals to get the record, and that's not what we're about. We're just trying to win the games and, get to our final goal, which is to win the Super Bowl. So right now they're just going through the regular season, trying to stack up wins so they can position themselves well in the playoffs. But you made it all the way to 70. Just kick a field goal
with the backups. Like at that time, the backup quarterback's in. I mean, you're not trying to get anybody hurt. The starters are built for a full game, so I can understand like not pulling everybody because you put like the second stringers in and then they get hurt and then someone else gets hurt and then you're down like pretty much that's what's happening with the Seahawks offensive linemen. They're just all getting hurt. So I understand maybe like you don't want to risk like for 3 points, but you risk somebody's season for those 3 points. You just kneel it, protect the player.
Oh man, it was like so late though. Like, and they had already pulled the starters, so I was just like, it's not even your fault as a coach then if you keep scoring. Look at this, Devon A-Chain scored on a 10-yard pass. This was a 2-play drive in the fourth quarter. Robbie Chosen scored on a 68-yard pass from Mike White. That was a 3-play drive in the fourth quarter. Marvin Mims for the Broncos returned a kickoff 99 yards, 0-play drive in the fourth quarter. And then the last score was Devon A-Chain for a 67-yard touchdown run. That was a 2-play drive with 8 minutes left. And that's the one that put it at 70-20. Someone in the comments was like, if you really didn't want to go for those big scores, why didn't you just miss the point and leave your final score at 69 just to like
be sexy?
Yeah, why don't you make it 69 then if it really didn't matter?
Nice.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's really what Mike McDaniel was thinking at the time, or maybe he was just like, oh no, that's too much.
I respect Sean Payton way too much to
so
fucking
beat his ass by 50.
I've already ran the score up so fast.
I don't want to put Sean Payton down in the history books as the guy who gave up the most points ever in an NFL game. That's not Sean Payton's wheelhouse anyway. He's an offensive, like, creative person. He's not even a defense guy.
He's only on defense to sign bounties and shit. Right?
He's like,
that's all he got going on.
Find somebody that can motivate financially the players to try to injure others. Tua, what did Tua have? 4 touchdowns today? My goodness.
Yeah, he had the same amount of yards as Russell Wilson, but he was 23 for 26, 309 and 4 touchdowns.
4 passing touchdowns. Yeah. There were people that were like, oh, Tua can't throw. Tua can't,
You don't even need to look at the receivers. He said, huh.
That Showtime. No look. He was like, they asked him about that no look at the end of the game when they were interviewing him on the field. And he was like, oh, that's nothing. That's not a big deal. I know people are going to be like, oh, it's a no look, but, just take that for what it is. I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
I do this all the time, dog. I thought you knew.
This is what I do. Tua looks comfortable, man. He's making these the
Zero
right
rush
reads. No, nice. Yeah, so comfortable in the pocket, finding, just open guys downfield and laying it on them and getting into the end zone a whole lot. But yeah, Devon Achane, the rookie who a bunch of people dropped in fantasy after the first 2 weeks, thinking that he wasn't actually going to see the field or anything. But then he scores his first career touchdown today, and then his second, third, and fourth career touchdowns. Raheem Mostert, 13 carries, 82 yards, 3 touchdowns, and also 7 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. It was good if you had Dolphins players in your lineup. Did you have any of these guys?
In a couple leagues, I have Tyreek, I have Tua, and then another league I have Mostert. So all those leagues I have those players, I did well. I seen that if you had a lineup of all Dolphins players, you probably would have won your game because you have Tua, Achane, Mostert, Tyreek.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could have drafted that.
The kicker, like you got hella extra points.
And their defense probably got a bunch of fumbles, recovered 2 fumbles, any interceptions by what's his name?
Russell Wilson, at least one. Yeah, one.
Yeah, it looks like 3 turnovers. Yeah, and they only
gave
up
Broncos. They had a punt touchdown. Right at the end, had -7 points.
I was about to say, when I saw that touchdown, I was like, well, at least they got some kind of points. And then I looked at the score; it was like 7. I was like, oh,
bro, I didn't believe it when I first saw it on the screen. I was like, but because I have all of those players, I was getting the updates. It felt like every 30 seconds. I was like, what the fuck is going on over in Denver? The Mile High City, bro.
So it was in Miami. And I think they had them toasting. You know how Miami has that field where the sun only hits the away sideline? Well, whatever happened today, it all got packaged together very nicely for Tua and the Dolphins, who moved to 3-0. A bunch of the undefeated teams lost today. Ravens dropped to the Colts, and the Saints, 17-point lead, vanished to Jordan Love. So yeah, it looks like the cream is starting to rise to the top here. But definitely that 70-point game is going to be talked about a lot, and all the scoring. And yeah, when I have Raheem Mostert in a league, and it felt like I was getting he had 2 touchdowns within like 2 minutes. I was like, what the hell? I was like, Raheem Mostert, 3-yard touchdown run. You're beating who such and such by this. Raheem Mostert, 1-yard touchdown run. You're beating such and such by this.
What is going
on? Keep sending me the alerts. Oh yeah. Let's see. Who do the Dolphins play next? They're going to division game in Buffalo on the 1st. So that's going to be Sunday. Yeah, Sunday early morning on CBS is who the
Bills smacked the Commanders.
Dolphins got.
Not like the Dolphins Broncos, but 37-3. That's an ass whooping.
Yeah, the freaking. Let me pull that score up. Who was it? The Bills Broncos, Bills Commanders. Sorry. 37-3 in Washington. Both these teams now 2-1. Commanders, one of the 2-0 teams that lost today. 37-3. Josh Allen, 218 yards and a touchdown. James Cook, 2 yards shy of 100 on the ground. Stephon Diggs, 8 catches, 111 yards. Sam Howell, 4 interceptions today. They got him.
Not his best game.
No. Yeah, this game was playing during the Chargers game, so I was seeing parts of it, and it was just like, it wasn't pretty from the start. It was 16-0 at halftime, and then the Bills scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. What was that too? 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Josh Allen, 10-yard run. AJ Epinesa, 32-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Let's go.
Like Howell was trying to roll out to the left and throw it over Epinesa, who was like kind of hovering around the line of scrimmage. Dude bats it down right into his hands.
Hell yeah.
And then takes it 32 yards. And he had 2 blockers in front of him, luckily, to clear one of the guys that were going to try to challenge him inside the 5. But yeah, takes it inside for the touchdown. Big score for Super Samoan 94.
Let's go.
Yeah, and the Bills roll away with this one. The Bills next game is the Dolphins. They host the Dolphins. So that'll be should be an offensive shootout. What do you think the line's going to be? Do you think the Bills are going to be favored or the Dolphins are going to be favored in Buffalo?
Probably the Dolphins. They're so hot right now. The Bills, Josh Allen in big games, he's been known to give up the ball, turn it over. So I think probably I'm going to say Dolphins 7.5. I don't know what these numbers mean, but
dang. I think more like I think that so if you're at home, you automatically get 3 points. At least that's what home field advantage is supposed to generally be when people are rating the games. I think this one's probably Dolphins less than a touchdown. I go Dolphins 6, which means the Dolphins would need to win by 7 points or more for you to cover that bet. But yeah, I mean, maybe they can use some of the rollover points from this game because they didn't need all 70 of them, but they they put them up. The Bills, I think there were 6 or 8 point favorites here. A bunch of those big point spreads got covered, except for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yikes.
Dallas Cowboys went into Arizona favored by 12.5 points. The same amount the Chiefs were favored against the Bears. But ended up losing by 12. What the heck happened there? Josh Dobbs? Are you familiar with Josh Dobbs? I think he was
barely. I've seen him I've seen him coming up, and he looks kind of funky, not gonna lie.
No hair, no eyebrows.
Yeah, Charlie Villanueva, dude.
Yeah. Jada Pinkett Smith.
Alopecia.
That's what. Yeah, there you go.
And I saw a video of him. He went to the Arizona Cardinals team store to buy jerseys for his family, and you can go to the kiosk thing, and you can either do a custom or look for current players. And he was trying to look for himself, and he wasn't even in the current players.
Damn.
I was like, damn.
He's been the quarterback for a month now. They still don't have his jersey.
Nope.
Ugh.
But yeah, he played great. He was making great throws. Definitely watched that game. We were definitely all rooting for the Cardinals the whole time. The running backs went off too. James Conner, and then they had the other dude, Dobbs. No, Rondale Moore. They put him in the backfield, and he cut one touchdown up for 50 yards.
Yeah.
I was like, dang.
Yeah, Marquise Hollywood Brown had 60 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, I don't know if maybe it was a trap game. Maybe Dallas was we're going undefeated. We're going to roll into the Super Bowl. The Cardinals are just another team here early in week 3. Probably looking past them to whoever they're playing in week 4. Patriots, no. Niners, and then the Chargers in 5 and 6. Yeah, it just seems like the Cowboys fell into a trap game, man. They weren't expected to get punched in the mouth like this right out the gate. I think the Cardinals were up 9-0. A field goal and a touchdown. But
something like that. It was definitely unexpected, but maybe Trayvon Diggs is that good. He's the one that's the only thing that's missing from that defense, and they got tore up. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons was getting to the quarterback a little bit,
Yeah, he got a sack, got into the game. That was late though. I feel like that was in the second half. The Cowboys defense uh locked up the Giants, 0 points. Locked up the Jets, only allowed 10 points. And then today couldn't gave up 28.
To like what's supposed to be the shittiest team
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
NFL. Like you're definitely not expecting that, but good on the Cardinals, from somebody. My team is in the NFC West, so whenever they win, we win, kind of deal. Makes us look
Gotcha.
better. Um, yeah, I was just really shocked. But then Dak did what Dak does and
Mm.
threw a pick at the very end of the game, like in the red zone, in the touchdown. He threw a pick, and it wasn't even close. The guy literally just put his hands in the air, and it went
Snag
right
it
to his
right to
hands.
him.
Like it's like, how did you not see that guy?
You thought that
Um,
guy wasn't going to try to defend the pass?
yeah, bro. I was like, right when he let the ball go, I was like, what is he doing? There's a guy standing right there.
Kaiser White, former Charger.
Yeah, you got to
Uh,
put that shit like on the goalposts if you don't
yeah,
want
yeah,
him to
yeah,
pick it.
yeah.
But he just, Dak does what Dak does.
That's
And
unfortunate.
Cowboys fans are in shambles. I honestly think they'll bounce back. They'll still be decent, but I could tell that the Super Bowl dreams are fading away for the Cowboy fans.
I mean, it is just one loss, right? Early in
Yeah.
the year. So, yeah, I mean, you can look at this like, it's just a hiccup. It's just a bad day. We got beat when, we just weren't the better team on the field, but we can get better. We can return to our high confidence ways, retain that swagger that they had over the first 2 weeks when they only allowed 5 points a game on average, and become like that dominant defense again. I got the Cowboys defense. I thought they were gonna roll through this one. I thought I might get like a couple touchdowns.
Right?
Maybe the Cardinals are down by a bunch late and just throwing it, and the sacks are racking up, the pressure interceptions are racking up, but yeah, that didn't happen. Joshua Dobbs, 17 to 21, only 4 incompletions, a touchdown, no interceptions, 84 QBR, had a passer rating of 120, compared to Dak Prescott, who was 25 of 40 for 250 yards, touchdown and a pick, and a 41 QBR. Tony Pollard, 23 carries for the Cowboys, 122 yards, 3 catches, -1 through the air. Michael Gallup led the team, tied for the league in targets with 7. 92 yards was a team high through the air, and 6 catches was also a team high. So Michael Gallup went up. Maybe they were locking down CD Lamb. I didn't watch it enough to like know exactly what was happening. I just every time they cut to this game, I was like, the Cardinals are still winning.
Yeah, keep it going. Run it up on the ass.
Yeah,
I
so
was surprised also on the Texans Jaguars game. Texans came out and I didn't know this going into the game, but my friend told me that uh the Texans in the last like 36 games are like 5-31-1, right?
what?
But against the against the Jaguars, the Texans are 5-1. So all of their wins in the last 36 years have come against
Oh,
the fucking Jaguars. So I don't know what something happens. The Texans' blood boils just to the right temperature. And shoot, CJ Stroud, he looks solid. He looked like a fucking solid ass quarterback.
oh yeah, 83, almost 84 QBR, 118 passer rating, 20 of 30, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns for CJ Stroud.
Yeah, and then Tank Dell, his receiver, I've never even heard of this guy.
Oh, yep.
Guy just went
Small
off
guy.
5 catches, 145 yards, and a touchdown. Like, what?
Yeah, I have him in a fantasy league on my bench in a dynasty league. Definitely looks good up there with like 27 points. But then I look back, the big chunk, his 68-yard touchdown was like more than half of his fantasy points. So I definitely want to see it again more consistently. That Tank Dell is up there getting those targets. Holy crap. Led the team in targets with 7. Robert Woods had 6. Nico Collins only had 3. Okay. Maybe Tank Dell is moving up there and earning those targets from CJ Stroud. Both rookies. Maybe they're like bunked together or something.
Jacksonville looked awful.
Oh, Jacksonville had all the weapons, right? I thought they were going to go off. Like Travis Etienne is either going to be fast around the edge or, I mean, they got Tank Bigsby, all the wide receivers, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk caught a touchdown at least, Zay Jones, freaking Evan Ingram, the tight end. Yeah, didn't really do good.
Oh my gosh. Jimmy Garoppolo just got fucked up.
Oh, jeez.
They threw a flag. He got fucked up so bad.
For that hit?
Minkah Fitzpatrick just came in.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Wow, man, that's soft, bro. He had the ball.
It's 23-7, 7.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Raiders. Jeez. Come on, Raiders. Down 16. Scored 2 times.
Jimmy's rattled, honestly. Let's see. Oh, that's not even a helmet-to-helmet hit, bro.
Who
barely.
Made the hit?
Minkah Fitzpatrick on right before half. Jimmy Garoppolo got his knee like kind of stretched out, and ever since that moment, he's been playing like a fucking pussy. So I think he's rattled.
Gotcha.
I think he's rattled.
Aren't they in Vegas?
Yes, and I bet you have the best. I agree with JJ Watt when he said his brother is the best defensive player in the NFL right now. TJ Watt is a beast.
TJ Watt already had a sack tonight. He had his first interception return for a touchdown last week.
Yeah.
I think he came into this week tied for the league in sacks. And he's picking up right where he left off. But I think Forrest is going to join us right after the Raiders game. Maybe not. If it's too bad, I wouldn't blame him. Houston Texans 37 over the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Have you see that stat? 17. Like CJ Stroud has 906 yards to his first 3 games, and that's like
third.
I think Justin Herbert and Cam Newton are the other 2.
Yep.
So that's a good group to be in. Everybody thought this guy couldn't read, and I can read a defense.
Yo, I can read the field. CJ Stroud doing big things. I think I kept him in a super flex. He's one of my 2. I got Brock Purdy and CJ Stroud. I waited until like the 13th round to take a quarterback. 1-1 in that league. Hoping to pick up another win here tomorrow. Yeah, what other games? Man, let's talk about the Hawks game. Seattle. This is in Seattle.
Yep, first home game.
Oh, nice home
opener. Wait, no, I lied. Maybe that was last week. I think it was last week again. No, we were in Detroit because they were like shiesty mask.
Yep.
But maybe it was against the Rams. We lost our home opener. But yeah, this week we had the Carolina Panthers led by Andy Dalton.
Bryce
Adam
Young
Thielen. Out. Adam Thielen is still that dude.
Damn, 11
if anybody
catches,
was watching,
145 yards and a touchdown for Thielen.
Yeah, he went off. Sanders had a good game.
Kenneth Walker the third had a good game.
DJ Chark had the filthiest touchdown. So that was kind of not good because we're supposed to have these good secondary players.
Right.
Tariq Woolen was out this week though, so
Did he change his name?
Reek. Yeah,
it's just Reek.
Yeah, I guess I seen that on the. It's
like RIQ, and I was like,
what the
Reek? Made me think of the freaking Game of Thrones.
I am Reek.
Reek. Intercept the ball for me, Reek.
Yeah. But, K9 came to shine.
Let's go.
He had 2 tutties, 18 rushes, 97 yards. He also had 3 receptions for 59 yards.
That was nice.
That's a solid fucking game. My favorite player, DK, he had 6 receptions for 112 yards. Didn't see the touchdown. Hey, fucking
Bobo.
yep, Jake Bobo, our undrafted free agent who everyone loves. Bobo Bo 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 Bobo Bo.
Touchdown,
He got a
Bobo.
touchdown at the end. So yeah, we was locked in. Like I said earlier, the 12s came out loud, forced 8 false starts, which is a lot.
Nice.
The 3, like they came in bunches too. It'd be like 2 in a row, and then 3 in a row, and then 2 in a row. So it was real drive killers. Yeah, but Andy Dalton looked good. I always thought Seattle always makes backup quarterbacks look good. Like every backup quarterback, when they're doing their next contract negotiation, they'll be like, "Look what I did against the Seahawks, dog. I'm
Yeah,
good for
they're a good defense.
2 more years at
Oh, shit.
least." So yeah, that was a fun one to watch. I was getting a little worried because all we could do was score field goals until like
Oh
this.
yeah, Jason Myers.
Yeah, he had our 15 points going into half. Then he had 18, and then finally scored one with the K9, and then scored another one with K9. And then yeah, Bobo to finish him off. And I think they got one at the end, Thielen's touchdown.
Oh, that's where he got the touchdown.
So yeah, it was a great game by Seattle. Hopefully we continue. Geno Smith threw a pick, which was fucking ass, like terrible throw.
What was it? What happened? Pressure, or just missed it?
A little bit of both. Like he's feeling the pressure on the backside, so he's like steps up in the pocket and just like tries to laser it to someone who has like 3 people around him.
Oh no.
So yeah, it's never gonna end well. But after that, he was real good on protecting the ball, getting it to his receivers. It's like fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 receivers had a reception.
Nice.
So
Spreading it
that's
around.
yeah. Ooh, and we got to like really see some Zach Charbonnet today, and
Oh yeah.
he put his shoulder into this dude right on the goal line. He stepped out at like the 4, but he put his shoulder in this dude. This guy flew all the way like to the back of the end zone. You're like, damn,
Okay. Kid's
this
got
guy
some
can do
power.
it. Yeah,
I
bro.
thought he was like a pass catching back. He's like
Me too, but he looks huge in his pads. He looked like a linebacker. I was like, what pad did you guys give him? He looked like Urlacher.
the Zach Charbonnet, the rookie, 9 carries, 46 yards, 2 targets. Had a catch, I guess a
Not a
negative
very
1
good
yards,
one.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I saw him a lot more than usual. I feel like Kenneth Walker was getting uh more breathers today
Yeah.
than the first 2 weeks, because I feel like he was a lot more heavily involved. And then now they're bringing in Charbonnet. Maybe Charbonnet is now kind of getting up to game speed, kind of learning what everything's about. He's seen a couple games, but now starting to make an impact. And then the Seahawks can kind of balance out the committee a little bit more now that they're getting Charbonnet going. Charbonnet?
Yeah. Honestly, I think that we should just keep like Kenneth Walker, keep him as a premier back, at least 20 carries a game.
Nice. I like it.
Because he will produce if you give him the ball. But I do like Charbonnet. Maybe we could trade him.
Your second round draft pick?
Yeah, we'll trade him for some heat.
Look, you need a good running back. We got tons of them. Take this
This guy
guy.
could start on your team, bro.
What do you guys? Who do the Hawks have next?
We have the New York Giants.
Oh, nice. The Giants
So
have not been nice.
no, they haven't, but you know, we make teams that are shit look good. Like we play up to the competition and we also play down to the competition.
Hey, that's what I feel like the Chargers do. Also,
Right.
like
I seen the stat like the Chargers have scored the most points, but also given up the most points in the last like 5 years or so.
50 points scored, no touchdowns. I mean, 50 points. What the heck was it?
No
Like
turnovers.
no turnovers, and we lost both games. Like that's never happened before, like in history. Like yeah, I don't know. It's just some Charger stuff.
Well, you
But
guys turned it around today. That's for damn sure.
man,
Barely.
barely, like right at the end. Yeah, the Chargers went down to US Bank Stadium in Minnesota. Nice digs. and we're in a bit of a slugfest. It got sloppy in the second half, but pull out the win 28-24. Some very anxious moments here, especially late. The Chargers had a 4-point lead. They got the ball back with over 2 minutes to go, and they were trying to kill time. And they get the ball like on their inside their 20, and they're just let's run a run play that gets us to the 2-minute warning. Let's run another run play that gets them to call a timeout. We got them to use all their timeouts, and freaking trying to get the first down on 4th and 1 from our own 24-yard line. The Chargers got stuffed on 4th down and gave the ball back to Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson and the Vikings, 24 yards away from a touchdown, with them down 4 points. So a field goal isn't even in the Vikings' mind. They need to score. Luckily, the defense stood up on that last drive and was able to get us the win, even though they let them get all the way down to the goal line, and it took like a goal line interception to seal it. The Chargers walk away with a 28-24 win and pick up their first W of the season. Second round pick Tuli Tuipulotu was all over this game, bro. Multiple quarterback hits, hurries, pressures. He was just like messing with the right tackle, bro. They had him switch up and go to the left side, and he was still, getting some pressure through. He was getting through to the middle. They had him standing up, rushing from a 2 technique. Like, I was worried to start the season because I follow the Chargers on different social media apps, and I had seen nothing with the rookie Tuipulotu. Like, and this was seeing the 3rd round pick rookie, the 1st round pick rookie for the Chargers, Quentin Johnston and Deion Henley. They're doing a bunch of like videos and promotions and different events, and I was like worried not to see Tuli, but apparently he was just working out and studying tape and figuring out his moves, because it's really he's really already having
impactful.
having an effect on these games, and him and Joey Bosa just rushing from the opposite sides and meeting at the quarterback. Woo! Love to see it. Definitely need it. We're missing that defensive line, defensive edge kind of pressure that just blows through the offensive tackle and makes the quarterback's life a nightmare, makes them unsettled, makes them kind of like Jimmy G or just any other quarterback that has been hit and doesn't want to get hit anymore. But shout out to Kirk Cousins, because he had a great game, 360 yards, I think. I had to look that up. But
367.
Jeez. Before this game kicked off, there was a bunch of reports that our number one cornerback, J.C. Jackson, was going to be inactive and out for the game. And everyone was like, oh shit, is he hurt? No, he was a healthy scratch. They just didn't want him to play. This guy signed a 5-year, $82 million contract 2 years ago. And Brandon Staley said, we have the best corners on the field to fit our game plan for us to win. And I was like, that doesn't include Mr. Interception? That doesn't include the guy that's like, that we like shelled out a lot of money for? Apparently not. I don't know if it's...
Well, I guess the last person who sat for a healthy scratch was Cam Akers, and the next week he was gone. So maybe there's some trade things going on.
Dang. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Damn.
Yeah, that's my first thought. Ooh, shit.
Maybe. Oh, okay. Maybe they've got some talks to trade him away for something, and they don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah, because he is good. He's like a starting cornerback in the NFL. So That's the only reason I can see to have sat him, unless you like really think he's a liability on defense.
I don't know if he. I don't think he's a liability, although he has been getting burnt recently. So maybe yeah, but I automatically, to me, it went to like, oh, he doesn't want to play a certain way, and this is the way the coaches want it to be done, and maybe it's like something like a disagreement there. But I didn't listen to the whole post game to see if they asked him about it again to get the. Here, let me see. Let me try to pull that up. Did you get to watch any of the Chargers
Oh, I
game?
watched the whole fucking thing,
Nice.
bro.
Did
Fucking Keenan Allen,
you,
dog.
yeah.
18 receptions, 215 yards, 1 for 1 on passes, 49 yards and a touchdown. This guy went ape shit. First player to ever have 200 yards receiving and throw a passing touchdown.
Oh man. Justin Jefferson hikes the ball. It goes out to the right side to Keenan Allen, but it is obviously a backwards throw to him. And when I saw that throw going like 3-4 yards backwards, and it wasn't a missed throw, it was where Keenan was, and it was going right to him. I was like, "Oh, double pass!" And three of the DBs for Minnesota saw Keenan Allen get the ball towards the flat, which he had been doing flats crosses all game. Austin Eckler was out. We barely had a running game. So lots of boundary pushing, right? And three DBs came straight up to Keenan Allen, and he just floated it right over their heads to Mike Williams. And that was great. Right then, it was what, 21-10? And I was like, oh, we're going to run away with it. I'm going to be able to, like, not be uptight for the fourth quarter. Let's go. As not, I should have known. I should have known, just as a Chargers fan and years of watching Chargers football, should have known that it was going to be a lot closer than a two-score game. But yeah, really happy that Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen. Oh man, some injuries though. Mike Williams, after that touchdown catch, he also had over 100 yards. Big,
Yeah, he
big
killed it.
passing day for us. He went to the ground. I thought he smacked the back of his head as he fell down. But I think he
Reports
also
are
had
ACL.
a knee thing. Yeah, he grabbed at his knee. ACL, fuck.
Yeah, there's a medical. You know how these like a new thing people are doing on like X and like TikTok and stuff is like doctors they'll look at the injury and like try to diagnose what's happened.
Oh,
And the
these are
one I
real
saw,
doctors though, right?
yeah, and the one I saw, like I saw one for Aaron Rodgers, like 10 minutes after his injury, and they were like, yeah, that's his Achilles for sure. And I was like,
Damn.
damn. And then yeah, 5 minutes after this one, some doctor was saying that Mike Williams, it was definitely an ACL injury. Not sure the extent. Need an MRI to find out more. Hoping that he does well because this is like right on brand. He like has like a balling ass game and then fucking hurts himself. That's tough.
Um, yeah. If Mike Williams is out, that takes away one of Justin Herbert's favorite targets, at least downfield. Whether it be the sideline or over the middle, split and cover two. Mike Williams is a big 50-50 catcher. Like he'll go up and he'll win a bunch of those balls that are just like up for grabs. Yeah, I don't know if he's out. We have Joshua Palmer as the next wide receiver. We also have Jalen Guyton, who's got some speed. Neither of those guys are as possession oriented
Quentin
as Mike
Johnston.
Williams. And then we've got the rookie, right? The 21st overall pick, Quentin Johnston out of TCU, big run after catch guy. He was involved a little bit today, trying to get him out towards the boundary. A lot of those motion screens, like they'd run him across real fast and then hit him on the run, trying to get him to the sideline and open. It didn't work that well. But it did get him involved. Whereas, he got his first NFL catch today. The first 2 weeks, he got some snaps, but he wasn't able to pull anything down. But yeah, I think just getting him involved that way is going to be super helpful. And especially if Mike Williams misses a lot of time, they're going to have to, put him in there, and he's going to be put to the fire real quick instead of getting to kind of adapt. from playing like a 12-game season, adapt from college life, from playing against college players, and adapt towards this pro level. He might just get thrown out there and just be like, okay, we expect you to take over for Mike Williams because you're basically a Mike Williams clone, just like
younger,
better running after catch.
Hopefully, don't get hurt as much.
Oh, my, I can't take the injuries that the Chargers have had. Feels like our medical staff for the last 15 years has just been, I don't know, fake degrees, something.
Stabbing people in the chest. Who knows what's going on? Yeah, some wild shit.
Yeah, but the Chargers moved to 1 and 2. And let's see who they got next week in week. Oh shit! It's Raider week.
Oh. Well, the Raiders are trying to make a comeback right now. Hopefully, they fall flat. And I mean, sorry, Forrest. Hopefully, I personally wanted the game to be a tie because Steeler fans and Raider fans both annoy me.
So you guys can both have a non-win.
Yeah.
How can we get a double loss? The Raiders definitely got their quarterback.
Well, I don't even know why this game is the primetime game. Like, I was surprised. Neither of these teams are that great.
Isn't that what primetime is supposed to do?
I thought it was supposed to be the best game of the week. Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's just like, since they turned the schedule over to like Amazon Web Services, it's just cranking out like just shit that works for travel and not for like
the algorithm says this is the game that should be up there. Fuck that.
We're looking Kenny Pickett versus Jimmy Garoppolo is our Sunday night game. It's like, yeah, we're kind of forcing people to watch them because it's the only game on right now. So I was like, oh, okay. Fuck. Nice. Thursday night game, did you get to watch? The Niners beat up on the Giants. They let them score 12 points. Very nice, 12-30.
It was a whooping. Brock Purdy might be that dude.
8-0? 8-0 in the regular season? Oh, yeah, because you're in the same division as him. You don't want him to be the guy effortlessly icing up defenses. Is that
reminds me of Russell Wilson. He reminds me of Russell Wilson in there.
Ooh, how so?
I don't know. He's just like his poise. His deep ball is really nice. Like intermediate throws, this guy's throwing 85% on passes 10 to 19 yards. Like,
nice.
That's really good, especially when you have playmakers down the field like Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Jawan Johnson, like CMC, fucking Elijah Mitchell. But honestly, I don't know. I think that Shanahan is cursed, so there's an injury coming to that backfield. I don't know who. Niners are praying it's going to be Elijah Mitchell, but you never know. Someone behind center is getting fucked up.
Yeah.
They're due.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Shanahan's system. Maybe it's just like the usage, right? Like he just runs guys so much that eventually they get hurt.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I don't know if it's wear and tear. It might just be like you're presenting the opportunity for injury so many times more than usual, than like a usual player gets. And eventually, if you keep like exposing yourself to injury, it happens. Brock Purdy, 25-37, 310 yards, 2 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 18 carries, 85 yards, touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 6 catches, 129 yards, touchdown. Good times. Good times for San Francisco. Who do they got next? 3-0, another one of the 3-0 teams, the Niners. They have, oh, nice, the Cardinals.
Let's go Cards.
The Cardinals, they host, oh, damn, they have 3 home games in a row. They had the Giants, and now they have the Cards and the Cowboys. So let's see how that goes. What other games did you watch today?
Watched a little bit of Chiefs Bears. Bears are a shit show.
Oh my God, this flips, right? Because the Cowboys had a 12.5 point favor. They lost by 12. The Chiefs Favored by 12.5 points.
They won by 31. And like that 10 that they got was fucking like butt plays, you know. They scored all their in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Everybody had come out by then.
They kicked a field goal with like 4 minutes left, and they were like 4 yards away from the end zone, and they were down by freaking
41 at that point. Like,
they were down by 41, so they kicked a field goal to end the shutout at least.
Yeah, and then they got another fucking touchdown. It's like 4 minutes left. DJ Moore scored.
Yes, thank God. I played DJ Moore over like Michael Thomas.
Other than that, it was just like touchdown, field goal, touchdown.
All Chiefs. Those are all Chiefs scores.
Yeah. And like, you know, everybody was hyped on Taylor Swift being at the game, watching.
Oh,
that must mean that they're dating, right? Like that's what this means. Or is it all just ploy and play? Because like honestly, the Chiefs, if I was the Chiefs, I would pay Taylor Swift like $1 million to pretend that she's a Chiefs fan, because that gets you at least 1 million new fans instantly. Boom.
Yes. Some of the Swifties are going to be like, "Oh, we have to be Chiefs fans."
You gotta
and there's so many of them.
Yeah, bro. Like that's
your bottom line.
A scheme, bro. That's why like every news source is reports showing Taylor Swift jumping around with the Kelsey mom and all this shit. Bro, like
I don't think she likes her.
No, like what the fuck? He scored when it was 41-0. She's like up there like he won the Super Bowl. She don't know what the fuck is going on.
Bro.
Fake fan.
Definitely fake fan, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe she watches football, but definitely up there screaming a lot. I don't she's right next to Donna Kelsey, right? Travis comes out in the second half. Mahomes is still the quarterback. They're up by a lot of points at this time, and you're like, why is Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, any of those older starters even out there at this point?
Because of her, bro.
Because of fucking Taylor Swift. Because they had to score a touchdown.
Come on, Pat, throw me one, dog.
Pat, please.
Taylor's sitting with my mom, bro.
Yeah. Let me talk to Coach Reed. Hey, Coach Reed, can I please go play again? He's like, Patrick, we got to take you the fuck out of there. Oh, I got to do it for Taylor and Travis. All right, we're going to do one real quick one. And he said that touchdown, that wasn't even the route on the fucking play. He just made up a route, got open, and eventually Patrick Mahomes found him. What was the celebration he did? He did like the crank that? I thought he was going to do something like
meet me in the trap.
Taylor
it's going down. Meet me in the mall. It's going down. That's what I thought was happening.
That's what I was like.
Anywhere you meet me, guaranteed to go down.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna do something Taylor inspired, but alas, that was not.
What could you do?
Maybe like a little heart, maybe like a little blow a little kiss to the press box or the family box or something. Even pointing up at that box would have been enough to like make Sports Center top 10. Like that shit would have been the best play.
I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan, so.
Oh man, my girl hates Taylor Swift. She's a big Beyonce fan, and she's like, Taylor Swift just in comparison seems like fake, and I don't like her. So we don't play a lot of Taylor Swift here in this household. So we saw a lot of her today, a lot more of her today than we usually do, because everyone was carrying her the Taylor Swift videos of her in the booth with Donna Kelsey, Jason and Travis's mom. And they would cut up to the freaking booth like after every other play. They'd be like, "Oh, by the way, Taylor's here. Let's see what Taylor's doing." And after Kelsey finally caught that touchdown, they cut up to the booth. Taylor Swift immediately turns away from Donna. She starts celebrating with somebody else, and she comes back towards the field. She's slamming on the glass, and she screams, "Let's fucking go!" right in Donna Kelsey's left ear. And if you see that video, play it back. I want you to focus on Donna Kelsey's face. She doesn't smile. She doesn't super frown when Taylor says it. Her face like kind of relaxes, goes blank, and I know what she's thinking. She's thinking to herself, "Don't make a face. Don't make a face." This girl just yelled in your fucking ear. Let's fucking curse in your ear. Just keep clapping. Be nice. Shout out to Donnie Kelsey, because I would have been like, "Yo, chill the fuck out." I think it's a PR stunt.
I think it is too. Jimmy G just threw a pick on the final drive.
Oh,
Jimmy G doing Jimmy G.
So is that going to do it?
Yeah, that's game. Yeah, there was like 12 seconds left. Scores 23-18. Raiders are trying to do like a game-winning drive, started from like the 25 and
13 seconds left.
Yeah, I was like, what happened?
Oh, so they were down. They scored a touchdown, went for 2. We're only down 8, and they must have got a field goal.
They kicked a field goal, yeah.
Thinking they would try to get another touchdown for the win.
Yeah, it was not.
And that did not happen.
Jimmy did Jimmy things.
Jimothy.
That's the game.
All right, we'll see if Forrest wants to hop on and talk about that. What else? What other great games do we have on this wonderful
Saints Packers was a fun one.
Oh my god.
It was very tight butthole.
Derek Carr left the game.
Yeah, fucked up.
Hip, shoulder.
I think it was like hopefully it's not what I thought it was. It looked like collarbone, labrum kind of deal.
Oh,
he got fucking slammed on his shit and his head, like shoulder bounced and then his head bounced off the ground. So
what?
It was a big hit. I was like, God damn. He's just laying there like,
what the hell?
We'll need an MRI for that one probably too. So
shoulder injury, Derek Carr.
Yeah. That fucked his shit up.
We'll see when
they were up fucking
17-0. Derek Carr had him up 3 scores. Let's see, when did I'll try to see when that happened. Was it in the second half? No, so he got injured in the second half. Beginning of the second half. Jeez, I'm trying to find exactly where the name Jameis Winston comes up.
Jameis Winston went 10 for 16. So he got a bunch of plays. But
okay, he was injured 5 minutes into the second half. So about 10, 11 minutes in the third quarter. The Saints have a 17-point lead. Spoiler alert, they lost this game. The Packers beat the Saints 18-17 after Derek Carr left. Jameis Winston came in. Not that guy, pal. Not that guy.
I was excited because he was actually getting the ball to Michael Thomas. Like, I forgot Michael Thomas even played on the fucking Saints.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, damn, this guy's I thought when Derek Carr went down, that'd be better for the receivers because Jameis Winston just likes to fucking yeet the ball out there.
Yep. He's a thrower for sure.
The Saints didn't really have much of a running game. I think that's what really fucking hurt them. And the second half, Green Bay took advantage of a Derek Carr-less Saints team. Jordan Love, he had a touchdown. He threw a pick too, but he also had a rushing touchdown. So he was big dogging it.
So with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Saints got the ball back. The Packers had just taken the 1-point lead, but they got the ball back. Winston drove them down inside the 30, and they missed a field goal that would have gave them the lead with with just over a minute left. Damn, this is that rookie too. Group A. He's a Group A. He's been doing good, but oh damn! From the 28-yard line, he misses a 46-yard. What would have been a game winner? Unless the Packers came back.
Pretty much the same thing happened in the Colts-Ravens game. Justin Tucker misses a 61-yarder at the end of regulation. The game goes to overtime, and the other guy, they turn over the ball each, and then the Colts end up getting it finally, and he hits a 58 or 60-something yarder for the game. You're like, damn, Justin Tucker missed? What the...
Since when, right? What was that, a 55, something like that?
Yeah, the game winner one? Yeah, 55. Like Matt Gay in this league, that's the kicker for the Colts. He had 24 points in this league I'm in because He was the one scoring all the points for them.
Because he hit those 2 long 50-yarders and then probably more. 16. Damn, he was all 5 field goals. Yeah, Matt Gay was busy, but definitely kept him in it. Got him to overtime and won in overtime. Lamar had 2 rushing touchdowns.
That sucks
Lamar,
because I had Gus Edwards and I was hoping that he would
oh,
score some more.
Gus Bus Edwards, 11 carries, 51 yards, but Lamar leads the team in carries, 14, had 101 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground to go with his 202 passing yards. No touchdowns, no picks. Zay Flowers led the Ravens passing, or the Ravens receiving, 10 targets. That's the most by far. That doubled the second place Mark Andrews on the Ravens. Flowers had 8 catches for 48 yards. Damn, yeah, kind of spread out otherwise. Oh, okay. I'm seeing the Ravens fumbles here.
Rooskies.
Lamar lost a fumble. Lamar fumbled twice. Jeez. Kenyon Drake fumbled, lost it. Okay. I could see how this. I thought the Ravens were gonna, and I'm sure the Ravens and everybody else also thought they were gonna kind of cruise through this game, but Gardner Minshew was able to kind of manage them into it, continue scoring points, even though they're only field goals.
He pulled a Dan Orlovsky, Jimmy Garoppolo, and stepped out the back of the end zone.
Hey,
I was like, oh my goodness, what the heck are you doing?
Dan, I feel like, if I remember correctly, Dan Orlovsky ran on a bootleg right out of it.
Yeah, he was like rolling out and just rolled right out of bounds.
Gardner Minshew's safety, his back foot on his 5-step drop back just went 3 inches too far. Probably his regular stride, but yeah, they were just backed up too far, and he eventually stepped on that back end zone line, and Ravens got 2. Okay, yeah. See, this is a weird score, 22-19. That's definitely a lot of field goals and other stuff all mixed in. But let's see, the Colts now 2-1. Where are you guys playing next week? The Colts get the Rams at home, and the Ravens travel to AFC North, Cleveland, to face Deshaun Watson, Myles Garrett, and the Browns. Nice. Let's see what other games.
Play again.
Say again.
Cleveland play again?
Yeah, Cleveland hosted the Titans and smacked them. 27-3. Jeez. The Titans scored a field goal in the second quarter. Otherwise, they were really held down. Ryan Tannehill, bro, listen to this: 104 passing yards total. Derrick Henry, 20 rushing yards total. DeAndre Hopkins was the leader for receiving, 48 yards total for the Titans. As compared to the leaders for the Cleveland Browns, 27-33 for Deshaun Watson, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pierre Strong led the Browns on the ground, 6 carries, 27 yards. And Amari Cooper got a touchdown taken away from him because they said he stepped out of bounds when replay shows he did not. He still finished with 7 catches, 116 yards, and a touchdown. So Cleveland, Cleveland had this one pretty much locked up at 90% win probability, and less than halfway through the third quarter, and then this one really just got away with them. Ryan Tannehill, bad. Forrest hates Ryan Tannehill. It's like he's
Kirk Cousins' cousin.
I think he took Marcus Mariota's job in Tennessee, and he's never forgiven him.
That's fair. I mean, he hasn't done much more than Marcus Mariota ever did.
All Ryan Tannehill's done is take Marcus's job.
And he stopped trying. He got rich and stopped trying.
Got paid. Field goal, punt, fumble, field goal, touchdown, punt, field goal. Like that. It's It's definitely not Chiefs like. But yeah, bro, again, going back to the Chiefs, just them putting up 41 points in a game that they're favored, as opposed to the Cowboys who lost when favored, kind of makes me feel like they're just one of the best teams in the league. Like when they're supposed to, when they play a bad team, they beat them by a lot, which is what you're supposed to do. But as a Chargers fan, I don't know what that's like. I don't remember the last 20-point win. And I probably brushed it off as like, I know this is not going to happen next week. It's going to be a fight for our lives. One of my friends is in the group chat every Sunday. He was like, God damn, Lance, again? The Chargers don't know how to just win a game. It's always got to be some stressful shit.
No,
I was like, yeah, man.
That was like the Seahawks like 3 years ago, man. Every game was just win by 3, lose by 4. Oh, it's not fun.
Yeah, well, yeah, better than the Titans who lost by 3 scores, 24 points today. Were there any other crazy moments this week? Like a ref or a player or an injury?
Nothing's really. I mean, other than that 70 piece, bro, there's nothing really eclipsing that this week, probably.
Let's knock some of these other ones out. The Patriots went to the Jets. Patriots favored by I think 2 or 3 points here in New York. Cousin Zach. Yikes. The Jets are starting to fight on the sidelines.
Yeah, the Wilsons v. Wilson.
Oh man.
Battles.
Come on, you guys are brothers.
Your cousins, or at least. But I mean, I get it, bro. That Zach Wilson is not. I don't know how he finessed his way into the NFL or something, like
off of that one pro day throw.
Yeah, he is not that great. And if I was on the Jets team, I would be very disappointed in his performance. Like 18 for 36, 157 yards.
Jeez.
That's it. 1 rush for 1 yard.
They were in this game though.
They were the whole game. Like it's such a low score game. Like
yeah, it was. Exactly. Yeah, it was such a low scoring game that they were always in it. And in the fourth quarter, Wilson drives them down inside the 10-yard line, I think. And they almost get another touchdown. Or they almost get a touchdown to bring it into a. Oh, they did get a touchdown. Okay. So maybe it was out of reach and they just scored late. Because oh my god, the Patriots got a safety in the fourth.
Oh yeah, at the very end.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. Oh, he got a safety and both check downs wide the fuck open, right in front. He just got scared. I remember I was like, what? Why didn't he throw it? You bum. Throw that ball.
I was like seeing ghosts.
Yeah. No, I said the New York Jets must be haunted because Zach Wilson, like in that game, he sacked himself on one play.
Oh no.
It's like in the second or third quarter. He's like in the pocket and he's just like trying to spin around and he like whips himself around too hard and falls on the ground. You're like, dude, this has got to be a sick joke. Jets fans are in shambles.
Yo, yeah, oh man. So I made this reel on the Instagram page. It's of Aaron Rodgers' best moments of 2023. And it's a 7-second clip of just him running out with the American flag. And then it starts over because that's really all he did. All the Jets fans are like commenting, and it's either like, I'm very sad or fuck you, this is not funny. But most of the comments are just like other people sending it to Jets fans.
Hey, check this out. You might like this.
Hey, look at all Aaron Rodgers highlights. And it's just an old man running out with the flag before he gets hurt. That shit went off. Like, it was only a 7-second thing, but it had a bunch of people commenting on it, laughing at it, or like telling me to fuck off. Hey, it's not a joke, man. And I was like,
all
no, this
actually is a joke.
Your season is a joke.
Shut your mouth.
Yo,
team was a
you
joke.
thought you were gonna win with an old quarterback? That was the plan, right? Back-to-back MVP recently. Aaron Rodgers still that guy. Gonna go to New York, having a good time, like
Having
revitalize
too
his
much
career.
fun. All that
Yo,
with
he.
Sauce Gardner
Hey,
fucked his shit up.
I like that handshake. That's so
Ashing on
simple.
the fucking lineman and
Oh
shit.
yeah,
Shit,
grinding into the
like,
lineman.
bro, what are you doing?
Ashing the lineman. The lineman's like, pass that, pass that. I thought that was a pretty cool, simple little handshake there. We got.
Like Lions Falcons.
Oh man, this was supposed to be a shootout. Like I mean, a bunch of people picked the Lions to win. And they did. What was it, 20-3?
20-6.
20-6. But I also thought the Falcons were gonna open it up and try to keep pace at least. I know they're like a mostly running team, but definitely one of those 2-0 teams that feel like they got exposed because they fell behind and just couldn't keep up. Desmond Ridder, not that guy. Is it all on the quarterback? Is it
He's
on
kind
the
of.
mid?
I mean, he's only making the safest throws. Like Kyle Pitts led the team in receptions. The two tight
Kyle
ends hit,
Pitts?
5 receptions for 41 yards. Like that ain't shit. The next guy was Jono Smith, 5 receptions for 37 yards. Like, and then then you had Drake London, 2 receptions for 31. Like he's not making big throws.
Yeah,
So like the defense doesn't really have to worry. They just have to like keep everything inside.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
it seems like it's very easy to game plan against Desmond Ridder. And then if you take him out of the game, then you just really have to focus on the running backs, which it looks like they did. Like Bijan had 10 rushes for 33, Algier 7 for 12. Like those aren't very good numbers.
So the Lions defense did this. I mean, they're all. Let's go over their offense. Jared Goff, 22-33, touchdown, 243 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 17 carries, 80 yards. That's with David Montgomery out due to injury. They're receiving. They only had 4 players catch a pass.
Yep.
Double-digit targets, 12 for Amon-Ra St. Brown, 11 for Sam Laporta, the rookie tight end. You got him?
Yes, sir.
How has he been the first 3 weeks? Has he been like involved
I just started him
nice.
This week, and this is the week that he's gotten the most love.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had like 6 targets last week. So they're definitely trending into the right way. Yeah, 6 targets, 5 receptions last week for 63 yards, and then 5 targets, 5 receptions for like 40 yards the first week. So if they get him the ball, he's able to move with it. So yeah, I was excited about that. Jahmyr Gibbs looks nice. It's like a very strong back.
Strong, fast, quick. Supposed to be able to catch too. No targets for him though. If I'm reading this right. No. 2 targets, 1 catch.
1.
1 catch for 2 yards. So hopefully they do get him more involved there. But so that means only 2 wide receivers were targeted for the Lions all game, and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Khalif Raymond. And all the rest of Jared Goff's passes went to Laporta and Gibbs.
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay, maybe that's how you manage the game and just like get that win. Lions, do you think the Lions take the NFC North?
It's like the Vikings, Bears, them, and the Packers.
Yep.
I think they got a good shot. They're the most probably complete team. I think Jordan Love is still like he showed a lot of nerve today and a lot of gumption in pulling his team back down 17-0 to win 18-17. But like I feel like the Saints lost that game and he didn't really win it, kind of deal. So because of that, yeah, I think the Lions will be on top of that division.
Yeah, I think they're their biggest like competitor was supposed to be the Vikings, right? Kirk Cousins, high level quarterback play, Justin Jefferson, offensive player of the year type, and a defense that just needs to keep them in the games. But yeah, the Vikings have started 0-3, which makes it really tough to get into the playoffs. Um, the Packers are 2-1, and wait, are they 2-1? Yeah, the pack with the
So,
win,
yeah, they
the
lost
Packers are
last
2 and
week.
1. Yeah. So you got the Lions. Where's the standings? Yeah, the Lions at the top right now for that.
It's just crazy because last year
The
the
Bears are
Vikings
0-3 too.
the Vikings were winning all of their one possession, like all the games that were
Okay.
like
Yep.
one score games, they were winning all of them. But this year, every single game, they're 0-3. Like they lost by 3, they lost by 6,
Oh
and then they
damn.
lost by 4. So they're just not getting the ball to fall their way like they were last year. But I think Kirk Cousins is still playing pretty good.
Yeah. No, Kirk Cousins putting up numbers, right? Their passing attack putting up numbers, but like you said, those one score games, even high scoring games, they're losing. And for a long time, ESPN's Bill Barnwell did like a regression column, and he was always mentioned one score games and turnovers and touchdown scoring, and how like if there was ever like a big jump or a big like decline, you would always get some sort of regression towards the mean,
Mm-hmm.
because those categories are just so 50-50. Like a fumble goes down, it could go to anybody. Like it bounces. The ball's a weird shape. That shit bounces around. Those one score games uh, really comes down to like the managing of the time and the possessions in the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter. So that depends on your coaching and stuff. But it also sometimes it just doesn't go your way. And over time, you see that those one score games should be about 50-50, depending on your coaching. But there are times when some teams just have the worst luck and lose every one score game. And then there's those seasons like the Vikings had last year where it seems like they can't lose one score games. They're in all these tight games. I think they played like the Eagles or the Bills in like week 10 and got smacked
Mm-hmm.
when like everyone thought they were going to be runaway favorites because they won so many games in a row. People were like, oh, they must be one of the best teams. But really, uh, they were kind of getting lucky. Definitely won those games, whatever they had to do, but there's a little bit of luck in there that regresses, and we're seeing that exactly like you pointed out. Those are all one score games that they lost to open this season. So, uh, yeah, in the NFC North, the Packers and Lions are 2-1, and both the Bears and the Vikings are 0-3.
I
Oh,
think they play each other next week, don't they?
the
Like
Bears and the Vikings?
all the 0-3 teams play each other next week.
Get out of here. What?
Yep. So we're gonna have only 2 0-3 teams by next week, or 0-4 teams by next week,
Pull
unless
it
it's
up.
a tie.
Nice. Let's see, the 0-3 teams currently are the Bears, the Vikings, the
The Panthers.
Broncos, the Panthers,
Okay,
and
Vikings
they're
play the Panthers next week, and
nice.
then that means that the Broncos play
The Bears,
the Bears.
nice. And then the Bengals, who play on Monday night, are currently 0-2. So it's possible that we have a fifth uh, unvictorious
0-3
team.
team. Yeah, I mean, if I don't think Joe Burrow's trending toward playing, so
Oh, whoa, yeah, what?
I
That's
mean they haven't.
big.
There's been not a lot of news about it, but every league that I'm in, everybody took out Joe Burrow.
Damn, and just played like a quarterback who was playing on Sunday. Because
Yeah,
if you wait until Monday night to swap
you're
out Joe
fucked.
Burrow, you have to use one of the Monday night quarterbacks who are
Yeah,
already taken, or yeah, very
nobody wants
bad.
Jake Browning. You got you got him.
Hey, that's right. That's your last case desperation start, right? If you have Joe Burrow and he does not play Monday night, the backup quarterback is probably available unless your opponent picked him up, and then you're just fucked. Like, yeah. So
Like
if
the
you
Patriots did. Like the Patriots, Bill Belichick in real life, he snagged the quarterback off of the Cincinnati practice
practice
squad.
squad,
Yeah, and so they had to bring in two other guys who just like people who knew the system the best.
AJ McCarron.
Yeah, somebody who's yeah. So
Oh,
I
geez.
was like, damn, Bill, you're dirty. I was like, are they playing them?
Savage.
No.
He was like, I just want to fuck you guys up.
So yeah, Rams, Bengals, and then we got Eagles, Buccaneers tomorrow. Interesting. There's two games.
Bro, last week too, there was a Monday night doubleheader. This is a back-to-back two Monday night football games.
Yeah, and then there's only 3 afternoon games, 10 morning games. Like, what the fuck?
I don't like that at all.
Sunday Ticket is a bop. First of all, they pick what games you can watch in the multi-view. Like, they have many options, but it's only between like 6 games. I'm like, there's 10 on, bro. Where's the other 4? Why do you pay fucking $300 for this shit and you can't even watch all the games?
Damn, yeah. I've had to stream East most of the Charger games that weren't on national, like CBS. And it's been pretty bad. Like laggy. There'll be like total like buffering points. And this hadn't happened before, so it's probably just my internet. I need to go and fix it or something. But yeah, well, actually, I have my laptop plugged in to HDMI 2 for the Charger game, and then I had NFL Red Zone on HDMI 3, so I could just kind of click back whenever the Charger game like went into commercial, because I can't fast forward it or pause it on the computer for the illegal stream that I'm using.
Legal. We don't talk about illegal things here.
Man, NFL, NBA are trying to crack down on streams, like in court, and I'm like, guys, please, you have enough money, just please leave us alone.
Yeah, we don't do that here, guys. Not us.
Yeah, no. DM us
don't
if you need
that.
a link.
I got someone's login.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but someday I'll get the direct, or not the direct TV, but the Sunday NFL ticket, and have 4 games playing at once or something like that. But right now we're making do with what we have. We got through it. My neighbors texted me in the fourth quarter a couple different times, saying they could hear me. I was like, did you watch the game? And they're like, oh yeah, we saw the Chargers won. I was like, all right then. You know why? And they were like, yeah, we were just trying to go Chargers. I was like, oh, thanks guys. Nice. Did we? Oh, okay. What's that last Monday night game? The Eagles Buccaneers.
Yeah, Buccaneers are undefeated though, aren't they? This
is the matchup of undefeated teams, both 2-0, the Eagles and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers were one of 5 teams that entered week 3 with no turnovers. 4 of the other 5 teams all had their first turnover this week. I'm expecting that kind of to also happen to the Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is 6th in passer rating in the league. Like he's been doing pretty good through the first 2 games, but he's also got kind of lucky in that he's had a couple interceptions dropped by the defense, and he's had some like Baker Mayfield escape sacks. Like he's gotten out of sacks that he definitely should have gone down for. So he's also trending on the positive side, and I feel like he's gonna slide back to the mean regression wise. And the Buccaneers are gonna have some turnovers. They're not gonna be as clean. Eventually, it might be this week, it might be later, but at some point, Baker Mayfield's gonna turn back into the Baker Mayfield that we know. That he's shown he is over his 7-year career or however long it's been. It's not really a slight to Baker Mayfield. Like I don't think that's just who he is, right? He's a
He's just
guy that likes
mid.
to take chances. He likes to, be dangerous, kind of push it. He also believes in himself a lot. He thinks he can escape certain situations that the defense throws at him. And that hasn't always proven to be correct, right? Baker Mayfield is on his fifth team, fourth or fifth team. So he's definitely has potential because teams keep picking him up, but he also, lets his team down when he makes some Baker Mayfield plays. Sometimes they're good, a lot of times they're bad. But we're going to see against the Eagles. I think the Eagles are favored by like 5, so more than a regular game. But still, the Buccaneers getting some points for being at home and also being undefeated. How many points do you think the Eagles win by, or do you think the Buccaneers win?
I think that the Eagles are going to get to Baker Mayfield. Fletcher Cox is going to force a fumble, and that will be the first turnover
Ooh.
that the Buccaneers give up. I think the Eagles win by at least 10.
Yeah. I'd say around that area. I always go less than double digits, just like because it's the NFL. Let's say Eagles 9.
I mean, I just seen a team get blown out by 50, bro. I think anything's possible now.
True. It's even possible that the Buccaneers put together a game and end up beating, the NFC champion Eagles. But I'm not exactly sure what that looks like. Aside from Baker Mayfield being mistake-free and also efficient and moving the ball for the Buccaneers, because they got Chris Godwin, who's back up to speed after some injuries over the last couple of years. Mike Evans went off, had like a 70-yard catch plus touchdowns, a bunch of other usage. Rashad White is the lead back there in Tampa. So, people are still doing stuff. He's just got to,
they haven't played
efficient.
anybody. Also, the Buccaneers beat the Bears and the Vikings. Like, they're both 0-3. They're not good teams. I mean, I'd say the Vikings could be a good team, but they can't stop the other team from scoring. So, but the Bears,
that's important.
They're awful. The Bears suck.
Bro,
Bears are the new Lions.
What happened? Dude, they were just like totally outmatched. It looked like the freaking Colorado-Oregon game, and that the Bears were just like, I don't know. Justin Fields looked freaking frazzled.
Maybe he's not a quarterback. Maybe he's like a better version of Taysom Hill.
Okay.
Maybe they should maybe they should suck and then draft a quarterback and then just move that guy over to like utility dude.
Yeah, be a Cordell
he's
Patterson.
Fast as shit. Yeah. He's fast as shit.
With the ball in his hands in open field, he gets jukey. Like people start falling, ankles start getting broken, and he keeps his speed. And if Justin Fields, kind of the same way Jalen Hurts was doing last year, like if he broke out on an undesigned run, it might be a touchdown because he was just so fast and people were trying to cover the receivers. But I don't know what the change has been and how you go backwards after an offseason. But it was the second half of last year when Justin Fields, they started using him more as a runner. It's like designed run plays, quarterback draws, quarterback power, read options, stuff like that. In the beginning of the season, they weren't using that. They were trying to make him a pocket passer, a field general, standing in the pocket,
pass for
fire.
shit.
I'm starting to see that. I did not think it was that bad. Like, especially seeing the highlights from his college at OSU when he's throwing long ball bombs.
His fucking receivers, like I said in the group chat, his receivers made him look better than he actually was. Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave were his receivers. Like, those guys are top 10 receivers in the NFL right now, probably. Maybe, and like I said this last year too, he holds the ball way too long. Like he has the time to throw, but he's just indecisive or he doesn't think he can make the throw. And so he's holding on to it for like 5 seconds. Pocket collapses. All right, time to get a sack, time to run, time to do something. But it's usually the wrong play. So I don't know how you fix this situation. Maybe run the Wildcat with him and DJ Moore, because I feel like they're underutilizing DJ Moore as well. Like, he's a weapon that needs the ball in his hands. But if your quarterback can't throw, then you need to like hand it off to him, fucking toss play.
Well, the Bears have the number 1 overall pick, right? They traded back to the Panthers, or who they trade back with?
Cardinals.
Oh, they have the 3?
No,
the Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers.
They trade back with the Panthers to number 9, where they could have stayed at 1 and traded away Justin Fields and taken one of these quarterbacks: Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis. No.
I mean, he might get his shine one of these days. Like, Ryan Tannehill's booty cakes. I don't think Malik Willis is going to be the fucking answer to that. So,
the Titans coach hates Malik Willis. Like,
I
he
heard
does
Will
not
Levis
want to play
in
him.
practice sucked. So, like, in training camp and stuff, he was no good.
Yeah.
So maybe Titans are just SOL, shit out of luck.
I'm considering taking the tight end position out of some fantasy leagues that I'm in, and just making it an extra flex spot where you can draft and use a tight end, but you don't have to. It could just be a wide receiver or a running back.
Are you gonna vote on it, or are you just gonna say this is the way?
So in one of my leagues, I do like full democratic voting. I do like a poll. I send out an email beforehand so people know what's coming down. And then if it doesn't go my way there, then I go to another league and I just tell them what's happening. Like, hey guys, we're adding a second flex spot. We're taking away a bench spot. Let's roll. And they're always like, hell yeah, let's do it. I was like, okay, see, this is what we need. We just need to make a decision and roll with it.
Nice. Well, there's only like 5 or 6 good tight ends anyways. So
that's what I'm saying. Like,
the other guys get fucked.
Like, Travis Kelce is a first-round pick because he's such a great tight end in comparison to other tight ends. Like, and he also has the stats that keep him in the same tier as a bunch of these wide receiver ones and the quarterback to get him the ball. But yeah, people are drafting freaking the back end tight ends early, like, just so they don't have to stream tight ends all year, which is what I'm doing in half of my leagues because I'm such like an old head that's still on these old draft strategies when we shouldn't even be drafting anymore. Auction and waivers and fab waivers. One of our leagues started using the fab for waivers. I think that's gonna be a step in also getting a auction draft soon and probably spreading it to other leagues.
Do you find that because like you have to bid on every free agent waiver ad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what the fab is? Like, you have a budget?
Yeah, you start with everyone has $100.
So you can't just add somebody, right? You can't just straight add. It always has to be bid on. Yeah, that I've seen in this league that I'm in that it kind of like if you aren't prepared, then it's kind of your fault. But you can't just like add someone day of.
Oh, okay.
So like you find out someone got hurt like day of, they're out, then you can't add that day.
You've got to put in a claim and
because every player has to be bid on. So like you kind of like if you have a player that is like leaning toward beating out, then you should, as soon as you find that out, pick up somebody to just in case to replace him. But yeah, it's kind of shitty. Like, oh, I found out 5 minutes before that this guy wasn't gonna play, and now I don't have anybody to fill in for him.
Off your bench, no one's.
Yeah,
everyone's already
wait till
played
tomorrow to get a fucking dude.
I think it's like a couple of days waivers, and then like after their game, a couple of days waivers. But after that, I think once they clear waivers, they're free agents that you can pick up the day of. But yeah, I've already lost a bunch of waiver bids. Jerome Ford.
He had a good game today.
He had a good game today. I mean, he didn't lead them in rushing though.
He got the rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. So
he had points. all the points. Damn, is that all the games? How did we do that?
I don't know. We were smooth with it. I mean, it has been like an hour and a half.
Usually it's like an hour, and then the second hour is just trying to rush through all the ones that we didn't get
shit.
to. I was like, oh, I think we did all the games.
Woo.
Nice.
You guys are welcome.
Hell yeah. That is our recap from every game. And our predictions for Monday Night Football. You got the Rams and Bengals. Who'd you pick there?
I think the Rams are gonna win.
Just because the Bengals banged up, Joe Burrow might not play.
Yeah,
damn.
I think T. Higgins still gets a tutty though because he tweeted out Jake Browning is a dog, so he wants Jake Browning to throw his way.
Connection.
I feel like Jamar Chase, you have to have a good you need Joe Burrow to get Jamar Chase money, but you don't need Joe Burrow to get T. Higgins money. You know what I'm saying?
T. Higgins has been going off. You got T. Higgins in more than one league?
Oh yeah, like every league.
Nice.
Yeah, so last week in one of my leagues, I have Joe Burrow as well. So I love those stacks where you get like double points. Oh, two touchdowns of Higgins last week.
Joe Burrow to T. Higgins. Joe Burrow to T. Higgins. Oh, two notifications. Yeah.
Yes.
T. Higgins just got a
Another
touchdown.
one?
Joe Burrow just threw a touchdown. You're beating.
Hell yeah. Oh. So yeah, but like I said, without Joe Burrow, I think that Joe Burrow should sit. Because like I said before, like at the beginning of the season, this is a highly re-aggravatable injury. And they just because of you use your calf, like I said before, all the time.
Yeah.
So if you strain it, you need to make sure you're back 100%. And that could be 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, who knows? And then it could just hurt himself again right away. So definitely want to consider whatever the doctors are trying to tell him. I know he wants to play, but it might not be in if you are the most paid player in the NFL, you might want to protect your asset as the Bengals ownership.
I need 50 points from Puka Nacua and Eagles kicker Jake Elliott. So
anything is possible.
I just need another 15 catch game and 4 50-yard field goals. That's all. That's all I need.
Bro, he is impressive. He is impressive.
Very, very. And while Cooper Kupp is out, he's Matthew Stafford's favorite target. He leads the league in targets through the first 2 weeks with 25. Or with 35. 25 catches. First rookie to have a 15 catch game. The ceiling is the roof for Puka Nacua after his first couple of games. So it's definitely going to see if the Bengals defense tries to take him out of the game. Or if he's going to be able to continue to find those spots in between the defenders to make himself available for Stafford.
You know what I said was the reason why Stafford rocks with him so heavy? Because Stafford's wife said that he doesn't really get along with much of the team because they're all young and stuff.
Yeah, he needs a book
Out
to
of
remember.
All the young people, which person do you think would be the most respectful to their elders? The Uso. He's like, oh, so like Matthew Stafford, let me get your bag.
Yeah.
Let me get your bag. Let me get the door for you.
I love a Matt.
Oh, champion. You're a champion, Matt.
Yo, yeah.
So,
hey.
And
man.
Matthew Stafford's like, damn, this guy's the tits.
Yeah. Showed out in camp. I think recently is having breakfast with Stafford and Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Those early morning meetings were just
bro. And then if he establishes himself as a dope receiver, he's the X. Cooper Kupp's the Y slot receiver. 80% of his snaps have been on the outside.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect compliment for Cooper Kupp. So
exactly.
Hopefully he comes back though. Who knows? He's the injury that's been going. It's a hamstring injury, but they say it might be rooted in some sciatic nerve issue. So hopefully he can come back. Everybody loves Cooper Kupp. Eastern Washington's finest.
Yo, yeah, Cooper Kupp. When he comes back, he's definitely going to take some of those targets back, and we can expect Puka not to get 20 looks a game, passes thrown to him a game. But like you mentioned, they play different wide receiver positions. So Cooper Kupp's not going to come and just entirely replace Puka. Cooper's going to go back into his slot position where he normally runs those mismatches. Puka's probably going to stay out on the outside where he's run a majority of his routes. And continue to just run these choice routes with Matt Stafford. And, if the DB's far away, let me get a hitch. Let me pick up 5-6 yards. If the DB's on me, let me get up and out on a fade. If the DB's like shaded outside, I'm going to hit this slant or post. But it's definitely being on the same page as your quarterback and knowing what he's seeing and what he's going to throw on those choice routes. Because if you think he's throwing a post and instead he throws a fade, that's an interception.
Yeah. And, oops. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, please. It's
crazy that Eastern Washington, which is like not a big school, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had Kendrick Bourne and Cooper Kupp on the same team. Like that's wild.
Hey, friends,
yeah,
like making each other better.
Yeah,
love to see it. That is our recap for week 3 and our preview for Monday Night Football. Any other nuggets or things you noticed? Any funny memes or anything from today?
Just that someone was like, the state of Colorado hasn't seen an ass whooping like this for the last 24 hours. Since 24 hours ago. My sister got to be at that Oregon-Colorado game.
Hey.
Got to be on the field. The student section was shouting, "Fiso, Fiso!"
Hey,
so that was super sick. And yeah, they showed her a good time. Fucking put a whooping on Colorado.
Yeah. Dan Lanning is the Oregon coach.
Yeah, we're not here for clicks.
We play for wins.
Even though this clip is getting clicks.
Even though I invited in ESPN, come inside here. Bring your boom mics. You play with your helmet. This ain't gonna be in Hollywood. This game's gonna be played on the grass. Your field is turf. Fuck out of here.
Whatever.
Yeah, hey. Yo, and at halftime, this motherfucker looked like the happiest coach in the world. They were up by, 30 or some shit?
Yeah, it was like 32-0, some 35-0.
They're like, Coach, what do you, a very impressive first half. What are you most proud of? And he was like, we still got a long way to go. And we're not satisfied the whole time. Big ass teeth smile on. Like, we're not satisfied, we just got to keep going. Lots of places to improve on. All those people that have been watching, I hope they're watching right now.
Yeah.
I was like,
and you see the duck when he was like beating up on they had like a clock that said prime on it, so prime time.
Deion Sanders
beating up on the clock, and then his mask fell off. His big old duck face fell off, and the guy was like, "Oh shit!"
And he had to run. I thought he was gonna put the head back on, but it was
he got scared. He's like, "I don't want them to know my true identity." Fucking
no!
Clark Kent, Superman over here.
Yeah. Shout out to Puddles.
I saw a meme that said like, "At least our coach has 10 toes."
Yo.
The Oregon sign. I was like, that was burnt.
Out of puck. Duck fans.
Wow.
My girl's a Oregon fan too. She was very happy. She's very happy that they got
USC
laid
next.
the whoopings.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, USC was favored by 30-35 versus Arizona State. Ended up winning by 20.
I know.
Something. So
They
we'll
put
see.
up 28 points on their ass. It was 28-42. That's a 14-point difference.
Oh yeah, see that's not. I don't know.
I was like, what happened?
I didn't even get to watch the. But that's a little bit worrisome to me that the Ducks just blew them out by so much and we couldn't beat Arizona. But yeah, we get Colorado next, and I'm sure they're gonna
right the ship.
A lot better than they were versus Oregon because they looked a mess. They couldn't do anything. But then they asked Sanders after in that press conference, they were like, you talk about you guys needing more dogs. Do you feel there was a talent gap out there today? And he was like, nah, ain't no talent gap. Nah. But he says this is the worst they're going to be. So you better you better get your shit talking in right now because Colorado will be back. We'll see. We'll see. They just played their first real team, and they got their first real ass whooping. So they got a couple more real teams left to go. Shout outs. Any shout outs for this week?
Yeah, shout out to my girlfriend Amber for throwing me a nice little birthday party. Was at the bowling alley last night. Shout out to my friend Aiko. It's his birthday tomorrow, so we had like a little joint birthday little deal. Shout out to everybody who came through, all my cousins, all my homies. Shout out to the bartenders. I was throwing free drinks.
Oh, nice. You know the bartender?
No.
Nah, you guys are just cool like that.
Yeah, everywhere I go, I got this aura of.
Get that guy drinks. What's up, man?
Yeah, I don't know. It's I have an aura, and it's like, oh, I want to give that guy things. But all right,
let's try it.
It's rude not to accept a gift.
True. You're just being polite.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. So yeah, shout out to everybody there yesterday. Shout out to my homie Aaron Brown for providing the football watching. We watched 7 of the morning games at the same time, all of the afternoon games at the same time.
Nice.
It's like a lot of football. So I'm just also shout out to you, Lance, for giving me an opportunity to get all of this shit that I just took in, process, and I could spit it back out.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, especially people that are watching the football and like have a sense of what's going on and what they're seeing. Love to have these conversations and catch up and recap. And yeah, you guys are like the best to have on this to be talking about football, especially if we're watching it and taking it all in. But
yeah, shout out to Forrest who couldn't be here, but the Raiders are going downhill real fast.
Hey, they are tied with the Chargers for second in the AFC West.
Shout out Broncos.
And and the 1-2 Chargers are going to face the 1-2 Raiders next week. So yeah, let's get ready for some shit talking. I'm probably gonna make some reels and memes and shit, and really get into this Charger Raider week. Any other shout outs?
Shout out to the Oregon whole.
Oh no, I think we froze.
Been showing them a good time. Yeah, it was
Sorry. Say that again. Say Oregon. Shout out to the Oregon.
Shout out to Oregon basketball team for hosting my sister. She's pretty much definitely gonna go there.
She sure?
So, yeah, I think I'm pretty locked in. Yeah, shout out to them.
Nice. That's dope.
And wanted and hopefully get some new shoe. If the Fiso shoe came out, you guys all gotta cop it.
Yeah,
5 to 10 years coming.
The Katie ones, I'm getting those.
Yep.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, shout out Katie. Shout out Oregon. Shout out the Pac-2. Freaking Washington State marching band played the Oregon State fight song in their matchup this week. Washington State and Oregon State. And then had a really good football game. I think Washington State won by like 2 or something. Shout out to the Beavers. Shout out to all the Virgos out there. Gang. What are we in now? Libra season? Shout out to all the Libras. Watch this.
Yeah.
Freaking Usher in the Super Bowl halftime show. That's gonna coming to you, presented by Apple and Rock Nation. It's in Vegas, so he doesn't have to move from his residency. He just goes down to Allegiant.
Take a lift.
Yeah. Shout out to Forrest. It's Charger week for you.
Steeler week to Charger week. That's a rough 2 weeks. But who knows? Anything could happen in that game. Like if I was a Raider fan, I'd be like, all right, we'll right the ship against these bums.
Bro, exactly. I'm sure that's exactly what Forrest is gonna think. Because That's what most Raider fans think, right? They're just the best.
Delusionally optimistic.
Yeah. You need some of those guys sometimes.
Yeah.
But millions of them?
Ooh.
That's all together? Oh, sounds like a recipe for an insurrection. Yeah, that's our show. Yeah, thank you everybody for listening. We've been doing Sunday recordings to recap all the NFL games. But we're also going to start doing a second weekly show that should be coming out Thursdays. We're planning on recording Wednesday nights, putting it out Thursdays. And that'll be more of our kind of like all around topics, questions that you might have, stuff like non-football stuff. There's still going to be, let me be clear, there's still going to be a heavy dose of football talk around that second episode. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be mostly other stuff.
Because Sundays is more ballin'. Yeah. Wednesdays is more Nesian.
There we go. So make sure to stay looking out for that. If you are listening to this on a podcast app, make sure to follow, subscribe, rate, share the show with friends or people you think might enjoy it or might learn from it. If you're seeing this as a clip somewhere on YouTube, make sure to subscribe or follow us on any of the social media sites: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any of those. Good stuff. Good information, good talk. That's what we do. And we appreciate you guys listening. That was a lot of fun. But definitely subscribe and catch the second episode this week, or more NFL recaps coming out every Monday morning for you. So you know exactly what happened, all the final scores, all the stats, all the analysis you need to know. But yeah, that's our show. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. Very much appreciate you. For Mike Fiso, I am Lance Falitongo. Thanks again. Stay hydrated, stay blessed, stay ballin', love and light. Peace.
Hey.
Chee!